Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk about the relationship between virtues and values. So to begin with, what is a value? A value is a thing which you act to gain or keep. This is a really important aspect of life because that's what life is essentially. It's this process where you act to gain and keep things. Life being the primary thing that you try to act to gain and keep, your standard of value. And your other values basically should fall in line with life, be the things that make your life longer, make your life more flourishing, make your life happier, improve your life. Basically, that is so life is the standard of value. Um, Now, what would a virtue be? Virtues are basically principles that help you. That if you follow these principles, if you follow these virtues, you will achieve these values. That these virtues help you achieve your values. That's the purpose of virtues. Um, so, what would like the primary virtue be? Well, thinking to what is the primary standard of value, which is life, what is the virtue that helps you achieve this value of life? It's rationality. Man's means of survival is his rational mind. This is an important integration here because it helps you understand what other virtues might be necessary, and it helps you kind of conceptualize virtues under this framework of rationality in the same way that you conceptualize your values under this framework of life. Um, so, like, what other virtues do you need? Well, like, what other values are in man's nature? Well, another one would be career, and like having a productive career. So then this leads to another virtue, which is productivity. And most of Rand's virtues follow this general trend. Um, if there's a certain value that you want to gain and keep, there's usually a virtue that goes with that value. Now, don't be rationalistic here and say that every single value has a specific virtue that goes with it. That's not true. Like just a specific value of, I don't know, I can't think of anything specifically. Um, of like, I want to go out to eat now and get some food. Food is a value. Sure, food is something that you want to gain and keep, but there's not like some virtue that goes with that. Don't be rationalistic in that sense and try to no, I'm not gonna keep going with that. But that's basically the relationship between values and virtues. So virtues, the intention of virtues is to help you go and obtain your values. So one common thing, I guess, with certain virtues like honesty, for example, is people will try to hold that virtue out of context, and try to hold it intrinsically. And this is what Kantians do with the whole idea of like, if like an axe murderer comes to your house and asks where your child is, you don't have to tell him the truth. Or a Kantian would say that no, you have to tell him the truth because honesty is a virtue. So you have to follow that completely, um, even in this context. No, values are the primary in this sense. If your child is a very high value to you, you should not be honest honest to kill them. That's dropping context, and it's going to not lead to you achieving your values. Now, the actual purpose of honesty is to help you. It's sort of help you have a honest relationship with reality, to not fake reality. Basically, that's the primary role of honesty: to be honest with yourself about reality, and I guess honest with other people as well about reality, so that you are fully living in reality and living in this sort of real context where you actually are being honest with reality. And because you need to live in reality to achieve your values, you need to be honest with reality to achieve your values. So that is basically this principle of honesty and why that's important. But it's not something intrinsic. It's not something where you need to follow it regardless of context. The primary here is values. That's the importance of understanding what the purpose of virtues are. It's to achieve your values. And then don't be subjective with these virtues. These virtues, you need to have principles to live. You need to have general principles to follow to live. This is the human way of thinking. We form concepts, we form principles to act long range. We don't just use percepts like animals and think short range in the moment. What's going to provide me the most pleasure right now, or how can I sacrifice right now for people? No, we think long term. We have to act according to principles. And this is what virtues do. They give you these long range principles to act according to pursue long range values, because that's what humans do. Humans pursue long range values across time. So we need these principles to help us follow certain rules to pursue these long range goals. This is what virtues are. And yeah, so don't be an intrinsicist with virtues, and don't be a subjectivist with virtues either. You need to think about virtues in the objectivist sense, and pursue your values. Remember that that's the purpose of virtues. That's the purpose of anything with ethics, is to pursue your values and ultimately to improve your life, because that's the standard of value. Yeah. So yeah, self-preservation, life, happiness. Those are all intertwined together. That's basically the purpose of morality. That's the standard of value. So yeah, make sure go pursue your values and go be virtuous. And those two are very much intertwined. Don't ever disconnect the two. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say for today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.